Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to talk about lipids. What exactly do you understand by the word lipids? So, lipids, these are natural esters of fatty acids and the alcohols. So, that's the definition for lipids. So, they include waxes, fat soluble vitamins, such as the vitamin we have vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. So these are fat soluble vitamins. So we also have glycerides, glycerides. We also have phospholipids. We have also steroids. So these are the fat lipids that have a ring structure. The steroids have a ring structure. So what are the characteristics of these same lipids? So these lipids, they are water soluble. They are water soluble. So they are extracted from cells by use of organic solvents such as ether, chloroform, and benzene. So what are the functions of these lipids? So let's explore the functions of the same lipids, their biological importance. So one, we have for energy storage. So lipids are used to store energy, just like carbohydrates, as we discussed under carbohydrates, where we have starch and glycogen. So lipids are also used to store energy. In the other function, we have cell signaling. So these lipids, they signal cells to respond to some changes, external changes or internal changes to the environment. So cells are able to respond to stimuli because of the lipids that give them some clues. So they are also used for structural support, especially in membrane. So they're used for structural support. Especially in cell membrane, because cell membranes are made of lipids. So the fourth row is for heat and electrical insulation. So for insulation, let's just draw, say it generally for insulation. So for insulation, lipids are used for insulation in the case that they protect organisms from losing heat. For instance, in adipose tissues, you find lipids which help organisms not to lose heat. So we also have for buoyancy, number 5, buoyancy. So lipids just help organisms to be able to float on water. So that's what we mean by buoyancy. So the sixth one we have for waterproofing. Remember, lipids are hydrophobic. So that means they can't dissolve in water. So for waterproofing, waterproofing. So also for production of metabolic water. So when you hydrolyze lipids, as we said already, to say these they are used for storage of energy. So when you hydrolyze lipids, there's a lot of water that is formed. So formation of metabolic water, production of metabolic water. The last but not the least, they protect internal organs. Protection of internal organs. So these are the function of lipids when you are questioned to list the function of lipids. So now let's go to fat acids. So what is a fat acid? So a fat acid, it is a lipid made of a hydrocarbon. So a lipid, a fat acid, it starts with a hydrocarbon and then it terminates with a carboxyl group, a head, and it terminates with a carboxylic group, which is the head. So the hydrocarbon is the one that we call the tail, and it's hydrophilic. Hydrocarbon is tail, and it is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic, and the carboxylic group is hydrophilic. Hydrophilic. Yeah, so that's what we need to know about a fat acid. So the general formula for a fat acid, let's write it down so that you're able to follow through. So let's try to use a red color here so that we can differentiate. So we have a C, H3, then open bracket we have another C, then H2, then we put X here, which represents any number. Then we have now the head, which is the carboxylic group. So this is the general formula for a fat acid. So the fat acid, since it has got the head which is hydrophobic, I mean the head which is hydrophilic and the tail which is hydrophobic, so we are going to call the fat acid as amphipathic. Yeah, so that's what we need to know about a fat acid. So fat acids are categorized into saturated and unsaturated fatty acids. So two groups of fatty acids. Fatty acids. So we have one saturated fatty acids. So this just means that they have all the hydrogen bonds. They have maximum number of hydrogen atoms. So these, they just have single bonds. They don't have double bonds. With only single bonds. So number two, we have unsaturated 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 fatty acids. So for these, this means that they don't have the maximum number of hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds. So this means that these guys, they are deficient of hydrogen bonds. So these guys, they are also characterized by, they have double bonds. So this means that these guys here, they are flexible, unlike the saturated fat acids, which are not flexible. So these guys, they are flexible because of the double bond that they have. So that's all for this video. So in the next video, we're going to look at each of them in detail. So this is just the introduction of the fatty acids. Thank you for watching this video.